Aloha, fellow humans. What's going on? Thank you for joining me in the second decade of the new millennium. It is your girl, Cassandra from the elevatedlifeexperience.com. And guys, I am no medical professional, okay? I just consider myself a life experimentalist here to share the things with you that I have learned along on my journey. And guys, today is the my sister's first birthday since she had made her transition. And her spirit has really been calling to me today. Um, my sister's life really represented freedom, and the challenge in my sister's life really was outside beings trying to control that freedom. And so that brings me to, us when it comes to giving love, okay? There's so many ways that we give love to those people that are within our circle, and that we contribute ourselves to the community of the people that we love. And this can be through, from family to friends to work to, whatever the interaction may be. And a lot of times when we are offering ourselves or trying to provide our love to people, it can come off as being controlling and restrictive and constrictive to other people's ways of life. Because at the end of the day, guys, no matter what, I mean, and this goes beyond just, it's not just necessarily like the caregiver, like, um, it can even be from parent to child, which is a very interesting dynamic for this. But each and every individual is their own individual, and that is that. And everybody is here to live the experience that their spirit is here to live and to embark on. It is not within our hands to determine the lessons that a person is intended to learn. That is for that person and for their higher power. Okay? That is not on us outside of them to determine what it is that they need to learn and what it is that they are supposed to do for their lives. My sister had, she had some health issues and she wanted to do what she wanted to do. She really didn't want to adhere a lot to the dietary restrictions that she was supposed to live by, and same thing when it came to money, like she just kind of wanted to spend it as it came. And so then of course everybody on the outside was always just trying to be like, oh no, well, I care about you and I want you to have a healthy life, so you can't eat this, you've got to do this. And what happened is it turned into argument after argument, where sometimes, like, it would really put a strain on the relationship between her and other people. And I've seen this not just in my sister's connection, but I've seen this in many connections, where there is somebody who is taking the role of the caretaker, the protector, the whatever that role may be, the good friend. It is okay to be able to maybe offer our advice or the things that we've utilized in our own lives that have that have helped us in a similar situation, or just whatever it is, we can offer things. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's that person's decision to do what they want to do for their own life. It is not up to us to decide that they need to do something. And we get that so confused. And what ends up happening is that a person will live their whole life, guys, having these types of these types of battles. And then after that person's passed away, it's like, was it really worth it? Was it, was it really worth it to try to control this person's quality of life? Because if my quality of life is to eat cake every day, okay, it's not. But if that's my quality of life, that's what I desire for my life, and I'm not supposed to eat cake, well, you coming in and forcing me to not be able to eat cake, now you're interfering. You're interfering in my life and my quality of life. And am I hard-headed for that? Sure. If life wants me to deal with things differently, then I'm gonna have to have my own challenges that I have to face. It is my journey and my journey alone to have to face the consequences for my actions. You don't need to come in and and try to enforce that for me. Life is gonna do it. It's just like, I'd always yell at my brother because he'd always try to act like my father, and I've got one. You don't need to try to act like my dad. I love you, but you know what I mean. He's not watching, but it's the same thing. We don't need to. The higher powers got it. Okay, life has got it. We don't need to come in thinking we know every doggone thing and trying to create this force upon somebody. Okay, there's the difference between constrictive caring and unconditional love. Okay, there's the caregiving, and then there's the assisting. It's just like when I am working with somebody, um you've got to work towards that person's what they're going to do. Because how can I tell you that you have to do X, Y, and Z, yet you're not going to do any of it? Now I'm wasting my time and I'm wasting your time. But now, if we can work together and make a compromise as to what are actual changes that you're willing to make for your life, that's a better, it's a conversation. Okay, my ideas and your ideas are going to be completely different, but the only way that I can really help for you is to be able to see something that's going to actually be applicable, or something that you're going to actually put the work in, that you're going to actually want to do and do. I could sit there and give you a list of things that you don't want to do, and then nothing's changing. It's going to be the same thing, and now it's just going to be, oh, well, they're bringing that up again. You know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do. But guys, as always, I am sending you my absolute unconditional love your way, and I hope that at this very moment in time that you feel loved unconditionally, and that for each and every person that you have in your circle of life, that you love them without condition. Okay, and that it is reflected back on you guys. All right, mahalo.